Yes. Come on. Intercontinental Sport TV. I say Intercontinental Sport TV. ISTV here, right here. Hello, Monday. Absolutely Monday. Wherever you're watching the from, maybe it's afternoon, maybe it's evening, maybe it's at night. Massive Monday right here, sports review show. Come on, you don't need the building, Prof in the building, Rob in the building. Yeah, also in the building. You guys know what I'm talking about. Intercontinental Sport TV. I tell you, it is what it is over the weekend. Manchester United being robbed. What's going on? This is the talking point for today. We are going to review the game week 27. What's on Lolon here? Arsenal flying away in the league, the way I'm looking at it. But I'm standing on my ground. Arsenal will not win this league. Bet it! Or bet here. Yeah, I'm Prof. We sit standing in the back. Case. Let's talk about the officiating. Castomiro red carded over the weekend. You know what I'm talking about. Does he want the red card? The officiating is scandalous, barbaric, barbaric, so on and so forth, people. We are right here. Let's go. Come on, if you want to join us, you can call us on the show. Call us on WhatsApp. 10300658. That's the line. People, we are ready. Only what's going on? You're welcome on the show. Can you hear me loud and clear? Unmute your mic.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, Manchester United were robbed. Don't tell me nonsense.
If that's how you want to see it, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yes, you're welcome on the show. Kunle, how is Oshodi?
Oshodi is fine. We are looking for cash. We need cash.
Yeah, no shaking.
There's no cash in town.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kunle. Manchester United. I don't know what we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the officiating. You're welcome, Kunle.
Yeah, thanks, boss.
All right, let me welcome this gentleman. He's happy at the moment. He's loving it. 3 wins in a row. Prof, talk to me. Are you ready? Prof, you're happy. You're welcome.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. It was a very good weekend of football. You know, a lot of controversies. Lots of ups and downs. We saw Liverpool lost Bournemouth after winning United 7-0, which was unbelievable. And then we also saw United drop some points, some vital points in their. I think we can officially say they're out of the whatever title race that they think they were in. They're out of it.
You should
now.
Forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it. It's now a race for top one.
If you don't understand it, please forget about it. We are welcome to the show, Prof. You are happy. You are smiling.
We are. It's a nice time to be a Chelsea fan now. You know, no more banters. We can rest for a little bit now.
You're welcome. Let me welcome another gentleman. He's also a Chelsea fan. He's happy. He was even, the WhatsApp group was just booming. Shaya, you're welcome on the show. 3 games in a row, winning the 3 games. Is Chelsea back? If I may ask.
Good evening, the Dawn. Good evening to everybody. Well, Chelsea are not back yet, but they've made some decent steps into recovering after the torrid run they went through for about 2 or 3 months earlier this year, or even before the World Cup, in fact, where they were on this really crazy losing streak. But it seems they found a bit of balance, and I'm pleased for Graham Potter, even though I feel performances can still improve. improve. Because against Leicester on Saturday, I feel they were a tad lucky to have won that game. But I haven't seen Chelsea being a bit unfortunate in the last couple of months. I feel they are due a bit of luck now. So credit to Potter and the players for getting the result on Saturday.
All right, you're welcome, Sheyo Vijora. You're welcome, Chelsea fan, to the core, to the bone, to the Prof. Oh my goodness, Robbie, what's going on, Man United? Do we move on? What's going on?
Good evening to you, Don. Good evening to the guys in the house. It's good to be on the program once again. Just like the guys before me have said, a whole lot to talk about the course of the weekend. Chelsea, I think Chelsea more or less, aside Arsenal, the other team that can actually boast of a very good weekend because they won their third match on the spin. For Arsenal, it looks like as if nothing is going to stop their charge towards the EPL title. 11 more games to go, 5 points adrift of Manchester City. The question is, who is going to blink first? Because Arsenal have got very, very important games away, and that is the game to Manchester City, Newcastle, and Liverpool. And I think that is where the true test of the character of what Arsenal has been cooking this season will be revealed. Because if they dare drop just one out of those 3 games, it is going to be a frantic finish to the end of the season. So I think it's a wonderful weekend, and of course this is more or less one of the reasons why we love the English Premier League. Then I think for the game between Manchester United and Southampton, a lot left to be desired as touching the officiating, and I'm so sure Kunle will be so tired of hearing this already, because Kunle will just tell you that, well, there's really nothing you can do to change the decision.
I'm coming to Kunle. Don't worry. I'm coming to
but I think it was just a very terrible decision from the referee. Going by the game between Chelsea and Leicester City, I will tell you one typical thing that defenders do, and that was what that man Alexander Amati did to Kai Havertz. And I begin to ask myself the question. I think even Prof commented on it. How was that not a card offense? How in God's name was that not a card offense? But the truth is, if we run from now till Jericho, nothing will change as starting officiating the PL. So that's what I say. Good evening.
Yeah. People, that's the number you can call us in on WhatsApp. It's 1-410-300-6258. You can call us on WhatsApp. Yes, I'm going to start with this. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. That's the review for the week, for the last week, of course. Yes, Liverpool in the mud. I'm going to start with you, Prof. What is wrong with this man? Let me put it on the screen. What is wrong with him? Tell me something about this guy. What is wrong with this? Back to factory setting. That's what I name it. Liverpool in the mud.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very, very unbelievable the way they can go from such an incredible performance against Man United to go on to a team struggling for, battling for relegation and not being able to score a goal. They were handed a chance, with the penalty, which I felt was very soft, because I think Adam Smith didn't have the distance between the ball and Adam Smith's hand was very close, and there was no way it was jumping for leverage. There was no way he could put his hands, and so they gave a penalty, very cheap one, and still they couldn't capitalize on the Liverpool. So I think this just sums up the sort of season that they've had, very up and down season. They could go on to tomorrow now and beat Real Madrid at home. They might not qualify, but they might just spring up a very good result, and that's they have it in them to just go to these big teams and blow them away, and then they can lose to small teams. So I think their season is not their season is so much full of ups and downs this season, and I think there's a problem with the team. We've all said it throughout the course of the season that they need some recruitment in the midfield. I think Fabinho and Elliott and Basic, they were very, very poor in that game in the middle of the park. They missed Henderson. Maybe if we had started the game, it would have been better. Van Dijk's defending for me is suspect at the moment. I think he's not being decisive enough. Van Dijk is being short of the Van Dijk that we know. So I think all this coming together is really affecting Liverpool at the moment. and they need to get it fast. So they need to get their acts together if they are going to stand any chance
Yeah.
of finishing in the top four. They must start to put in better performances, especially when they go to to smaller teams, because it's very easy to it's very easy to brace yourself up for a big game. The motivation is there already, but when you go to smaller teams, you cannot afford to be complacent and feel like it's an easy win for you. So they have a lot of work to do in that football club.
Yeah, they have a lot of work to do in that football club, that's pertaining to Liverpool. Somebody was telling me, is it time for Salah to leave Liverpool? I mean, they should sell him. I'm going to ask you, Kunle, do you think they should sell Salah? People have been saying it has been so poor recently, his attitude and so on and so forth like that. What do you think? Unmute your mic, Kunle. I can't hear you. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I sell Mohamed Salah. I would say no, because it wouldn't make sense. How do I want to put it now? He's still a very vital part of how Liverpool play, even though we know Liverpool are really not at their strongest again, right? And we've seen some influential players such as Gini Wijnaldum, Sadio Mane leave, right? Now, in as much as they've left, there is still a huge core of that team that is still there. The Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Robertsons, the Van Dijks, even Jordan Henderson. So it's very easy to say Salah should leave here, but let's ask ourselves and let's be realistic. Where is Salah going to go to? That he will get the kind of fame,
yeah,
and popularity that he's gotten at Liverpool. I mean, it is coming to Liverpool made Salah arguably, not even arguably, he made him the face of Arab football, not just the whole of the Arab world, right? So where is he going to go to now? There was a time he was linked with Real Madrid, right? But if he goes there now, is he going to get all the attention when you have someone like Vinicius Junior, who is getting all the praise? Karim Benzema, who at 35 or 36 is still at the top of his game. So I think it wouldn't make sense for Salah to leave. Besides, he signed a new contract recently. So I mean, and Jurgen Klopp is here for the foreseeable future. So I mean, Liverpool is Salah's home. So it would only make sense if he continues.
Oh, all right. Let's move on. I'm going to show you this. Yes, that's Everton nicking a win. They nicked a win over Brentford. Also, they played a draw at Leeds United. Welcome Brighton. That was 2-2. And also Leicester City losing to Chelsea. Yes, that's where I'm going to. Prof.
Yes.
How did you, that's 3 wins. 3 wins.
3 wins on the bounce.
On the bounce.
Like I said earlier,
everything is okay here.
No, we're making great steps. We're making great strides. Towards look, the team has quality. They were always going to find the balance. They were always going to get better. We said it a couple of months ago, that we reached our lowest ebb. So the only way was up for us. There was no way we could go. We could be worse than we were losing to Southampton, who were at the bottom of the table. So we knew at some point we would get some form back, some confidence back. The goals will start coming, and we can see players up front, they're dazzling. The legs of Havertz playing very well at the moment. Cucurella has been a surprise. A lot of people have been bashing him, but he's coming in that 3-4-3 formation that the Potter has stumbled upon, and he's playing a left-sided centre back, and he's playing very well, very aggressive. Doesn't give the backers any space out. Just what is expected of a proper defender. Cucurella has been fantastic. Ben Chilwell as well. We saw the goal, fantastic goal. That he scored from Koulibaly's cross. I think before that game, you would see Koulibaly possibly putting that ball, passing that ball back, but you can see that they are more front-footed, they are more forward-thinking. And he could, he decided to put the ball back in the box, and Chilwell first time hit it. Beautiful goal. We saw the Enzo Fernandez's pass as well to Havertz, which was a wonderful work of art as well. As Fernandez is beginning to to pay that money back, making that money look like a bargain. So it's a very, very, I'm enjoying the team at the moment. I think they can improve. I think there's a long way to go as well, but they are doing well. We have likes of Rich James and N'Golo Kante, players like that to come back into the fold, and make them better. So yeah, I think for now they can hold their heads up, work harder, and try and finish in the best possible position in the league. No, I mean top four is far ahead at the moment, but
forget about
but they need to use the league. They need to use the league to what I feel like they can use the Premier League for is now at the moment. Use it to gain momentum. Use it to gain confidence for your Champions League campaign. We're still in Champions League, and we're one of the best 8 teams now in the world. That's what it means, because we're in Europe, because we're in last 8.
Are you saying you guys can go for the Champions League? I mean,
yes. Who knows? Like I said
before. Your brother.
We've had worse campaigns than this, or similar campaigns than this. Like this, sorry, and we went on to winning. When we won it 2011, 2012, it was the same. We're performing badly in the league, as well. When Thomas Tuchel won it, we weren't all that great in the league as well. Who knows? We can get a favorable draw, maybe a Porto or Inter Milan or AC Milan. And then Chelsea will be favorites if you get such a draw and to go into the semi-finals. And once you're in the semi-finals, anybody can win it from there. So it's a good time. Potter is beginning to find some confidence as a manager as well. I thought it was I feel like where Potter can improve for me is he needs to improve.
That's right. In fact, that's what I want to ask you.
It's not vocal enough for me, because I look at it. Robbie spoke about it. Yeah, Robbie spoke about the tackle. For me, the tackle it was a murderous tackle from Amati. And the one from Ricardo Pereira on Joao Felix. Nothing. And I imagined Antonio Conte or Jose Mourinho on that touchline. They would have gone berserk. At that moment in time. They would have been on the referee's ears, saying, but I didn't see Graham Potter do that. It's too diplomatic for my liking. He needs to know that this is a big team, and we're used to this as Chelsea fans. Those tackles just went like that, no complaints, nothing. So and by the way, that was a very, very bad. We'll come to that, to the referee decision. So it was a very bad referee decision as well in the Chelsea game. But all in all, I'm glad for the 3 points.
Yeah, it's glad for the 3 points. Spurs also winning 3-1 over Nottingham Forest. It was also a fantastic, easy game for Spurs. I mean, it was a fantastic game. Also, look at Crystal Palace. I think for now, for me, Man City is struggling. Ehis, can you hear me, please? Ehis.
I'm with you.
Oh, all right. Welcome to the show. Ehis. I think I'll still come back to Man City. I think they are struggling at the moment. But let's talk about Arsenal winning over Fulham. People have already been saying, I'm one of them. So how do you guys? I mean, 3-0, beautiful game for Arsenal, champions on the verge right now to me. But I still stand on my own. Like Arsenal will not win this. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. 3-0.
Yesterday's victory was a victory that kept the whole internet quiet.
In fact, we had
we had people ready to tweet, ready to say a whole lot of jargons against Arsenal. They were ready. It was like the trap was set. But like I've been mentioning in the past few previous episodes, I picked 2 away games, which was Fulham and that of Newcastle. I picked those 2 away games, apart from the elephant in the room, which is Manchester City, because we still have to go to Etihad to play Manchester City. Apart from Manchester City, Fulham and Newcastle away games were the games I picked to be tricky to us and potential banana skin. But yesterday was just class. I think Arsenal didn't even leave gear 1. They didn't leave gear 1 throughout that game. They were just on auto cruise gear 1. They didn't even have to shift gears. And first half, it could have been 7-0 if those chances there was a chance. What's his name? Trossard, the hat trick of assists that he had yesterday. There was a chance, clear chance they missed. There was one Xhaka missed. There was one Martinelli missed, and with the goal they cancelled as offside. So as that first half yesterday could have been, off. Yeah. What they did, they ensured They did the job in the first half and made it look easy. I was listening to ESPN today, the guys on ESPN. One of the guys said Arsenal did that job stress free. And if you look at it, it was stress free as compared to the previous game, which was against Bournemouth, that they had to wait until the 97th minute or 98th minute, a pulsating game. So it was just a good game for Arsenal. In comparison to that of Man City, we saw how Man City struggled.
Absolutely.
If not for that penalty, in a draw. So now, you mentioned possibly Arsenal might still not win the league, and if we do if we do this analysis with us being sincere and putting banter aside, because I can only say, yeah, banter is good with football, but if we're critical, looking at the 27 games Arsenal has played, that's a run of 10-10 and 7. How many have they lost? 3 games. And we have 11 games. So possibly, maybe they lose against Man City. Will they drop points in the other 10 games? It's very difficult. Except you're not an Arsenal fan, or except you're an Arsenal eater, and you just want Arsenal to do bad. That is when you will win. Well, it's allowed. But if you are a football lover and you know football and you understand football, you would sense that this Arsenal, a lot of people don't know that there's a difference in this Arsenal compared to previous years. Previous years, Arsenal would have bottled it, especially against that Man City loss. And the points they dropped against Burnley, that could have been disastrous. That could have turned the season over. But you could see, after those 2 games against Man City and Burnley, they've gone on a 5 winning trot. That's 15 points. And possibly, if Arsenal wins Crystal Palace on Sunday, that could make Arteta to contend for the manager of the month for the opting time this season. And you know that manager of the month, I hate that award. And you can see Ten Hag is
You said it on Friday.
It was a good one. It was a good one for Arsenal. I said it on Friday that I want them to show to me that they are title contenders by going to Craven Cottage and put a performance. And they did so without even stressing. I just wish this form, they carry it into the remaining 11 games and put doubters.
Well, Ehis, I want to ask you this, quick one before we, you see, someone says Arsenal has to play Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, and City. It's still, what do you think?
Well, yeah, it's allowed. The person can say that. But if you look at Man City's games too, Man City away games too are not that easy. Pardon me, I'm driving right now. My baby's in the car. You can hear her cough. Yeah, so you know, Man City's games too are not that easy. You could say Arsenal has Liverpool. They have Man City. Man City has Arsenal to play as well. It's not going to be that easy. It's not just going to be a game that Man City will just come slap Arsenal all the way. You could see that first game at Emirates. Yes, if not for the mistakes, but they say mistakes part of football. But you could just, if Arsenal had cut those mistakes out, it could have been difficult for Man City to even think of winning that game. But it is what it is. We can only postpone it. On that day, it's going to be different. 90 minutes, like I say, of football. Liverpool, they've been yo-yo. Liverpool winning 9-0 against winning 7-0 against Manchester United.
They don't need to say Man United. We don't say that 7-0.
Winning 7-0 coming to win Bournemouth and losing. And you saw what Arsenal did to Liverpool when they came to Emirates. Arsenal turned Liverpool into a defensive side. Liverpool played deep blocks, against Arsenal. So it says a lot. It says a lot. Anybody looking at this Arsenal team and thinking, what is this Arsenal team? What are they going to do? Exactly like that person dropped the message now saying Arsenal still have Man City, they have Liverpool, they have Chelsea to play, they have Newcastle to play. All of us thought this Fulham game was going to be a banana scheme. And you saw how you rode some easy with class. You saw Partey in that midfield. Partey didn't even break a sweat. And you saw Martinelli, you saw Trossard. So for me, like I said, I am poised, fingers crossed, the remaining 11 games. And I want to ask now, and you hear Arteta keep saying it, that they are not even where they want to be. And I know they will not be full of themselves because they still have a lot of work to do. Fingers crossed. Man City away, Liverpool away, Newcastle away. I hope they do the best that day.
All right. Thank you so much. Now straight on to the Manchester United versus Southampton. Let me tell you something. The officiating, that's one of our topic for today. Let me quickly put it on the screen. One of our topic for today. The officiating has been so poor. And Robbie, can you hear me, Robbie? I think I lost Robbie there. Robbie, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me right now. Please, can you talk
Yes,
about,
I can hear you.
yeah, the game between Manchester United versus Southampton. That's what we want to talk about. The officiating has been so bad. I mean, it was so bad. Only you can testify to it. I mean, what's your take on that game? The officiating. Let's start with that.
For the Manchester United, for the Manchester United Southampton game, I think going prior into that game, I knew it was going to be a difficult game for United, because Southampton has always been a very tough side for United to beat, let alone break down defensively. That team is stubborn. We saw what Southampton did last season to United. We saw what they did 2 seasons ago. So that team has always been a very difficult team for United to play against. And I think going into the moment of truth that I called that moment when Casemiro was sent off from that game, I think it was just an unfortunate event as it is, because looking at the tackle, I was talking to a professional referee yesterday, and I told that referee something and yes, from the professional view, he came back and he gave me his verdict, and he said the tackle was actually worthy of a red card. And I made my explanation. I said that the intent of Casemiro going into that tackle was to win the ball. There was nothing malicious on his mind for that tackle. But unfortunately, how do I put it? Maybe by a stroke of fate or whatever it is, his leg spewed over the ball, and that was where the contact was made. With the opponent, and I believe that was where he knew he was walking a tightrope, albeit getting a red card from that game. And the referee told me that from the breakdown of the whole incident, that irrespective of the fact that yes, Casemiro first made contact with the ball, but that the force that came after contact with the ball was what made the VAR call his attention to it, and of course he got a red card for that particular tackle. And like Prof rightly said, going back into other events of the day or before the game between United and Southampton on Saturday, Saturday, Chelsea played on Saturday. On Saturday, we had Amati where he almost speared Kai Havertz with his studs. The referee and VAR decided conveniently that it was not worthy of being checked up, and it was all good. In fact, it was not a bad tackle, that it is something we normally see on the field of play. And I begin to ask these questions. What exactly is going on? Look at the tackle on Garnacho as well. Nothing whatsoever. And that was the same tackle that sent Eriksen to the hospital because of the former Liverpool man. And you just begin to ask you questions, you begin to scratch your head. Then you now come to the incident of the penalty that should have been awarded to United. And you now ask, is that a normal way a defender will stop a ball in the box? And VAR conveniently was asleep. The referee also pretended as if he was not on the field of play. And like I said, EPL referees are always hogging the headlines for the wrong reason. And the annoying part is, I'm trying to remember the man's name, Dermot, who is more or less the analyst, that is the in-studio analyst for referees' decision, will come and he will sing the same song, also backing his colleagues. He will not come out and say, okay, this thing, no, I really do not agree with this particular decision. It should have been the other way around. Dermot will come and tell you, oh, the referee got it spot on. oh, the referee was this and that and so on and so forth. So that is just my thought as touching this particular one.
Yeah, I'm sure, Kunle, you have a different perspective into that tackle by Casemiro. Or do you see was it a red card?
Um, I
Kunle ma
don't know.
paro, ma shake.
For me, I feel it could be either way because whether you like it or not, Robbie was saying something about intent. Look, there is nothing like in. That's one of the things they are trying to get rid of now. Where you say intent, nobody wants to harm a player, but the point is with the way he gave that tackle, that could have been a serious
Some
injury.
players want to harm some players, Okole. Some players want to harm
Eh,
some players.
no, no, no.
Okay.
Those were the days of no. Those were the days of the Gennaro Gattusos and where, I mean, but now, no, I mean,
But Kunle,
whether,
it seems the game is now soft. This
ye-
tackle that is always we always see this.
well, yeah, but then, but
It's
you
now
look
so
at it,
soft.
whether we like it or not, Casemiro's studs went where it was studs up on that guy, and that could have been a serious injury. Now, Robbie said something about Garnacho's. I didn't really see anything. I didn't even see anything wrong with the Garnacho tackle. I think it
Really?
was just unfortunate. No, there was nothing wrong with it. I think it was just the way maybe he landed.
No worry now. Say, me and you go play football one day. I go kick you like that. I'll come see your reaction.
No, no, wait. I'm
Anybody
just
that is
trying to
watching
make
us, you
it.
can call us on
That's
WhatsApp.
why I'm
That's our
saying
phone
that
number. You
we
can
should
call
always
us
remember
if you
one
want to
thing
join
that
this
no, that's the
conversation.
thing. Football is a contact. See, football is a contact sport. So there's always going to be a thin line on these things. And we are not even pointing something out because I that is where I feel everything that was where the decision was made. Remember that the referee initially gave him a yellow card. That's why I said this thing was 50-50, right?
Ah,
But I believe we should all have known that the moment that thing was going to VAR, because you could see from the replay, and that's the problem with VAR, that freeze frame, where they will show how his leg was, and then
yeah, but that
Yeah,
was
they,
even
they will give you
soft.
they will give you the terrible part of the video.
no, even we ourselves, the viewers saw it, and you can't tell me that if you saw that, you would already know that trouble is coming, and and most times when referees go to the pitch side monitor, when they see something like that, it is going to be very difficult for the referee to say no because the position in which he met it, you could see his studs were already into that guy. So it's not a case of pay intent and all. That could have been a career and a career
Yeah,
threatening
but he
injury.
didn't do anything now at the end
No,
of
he
the day.
didn't do, but
The
okay, but
referee
what
has
did he
already
do?
given a yellow
Wait,
card.
wait, wait,
And
wait,
let's
boss.
be
Wait, wait,
He
wait,
did
Prof.
something. Don't say he
Okay.
didn't do anything. He did
All
something.
right. All right.
wait,
All right.
wait, boss. Wait, no, wait, boss. Wait, boss.
Wait,
All right.
sorry,
When this
I would
guy,
like to chip in. I would like to chip in
wait,
there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
wait,
Ehis,
wait.
hold on
No,
1 second. Let Kunle 1 second
these
because
two
all of us
Arsenal,
have
when
one thing to say.
Jack Wilshere
Okay.
had his career that changed his life, that changed the course of his career, that injury, or Eduardo, I've forgotten that Birmingham City player. I'm sure Ehis can remind me his name. I can't remember the guy. I'm sure there was no intent to harm or hurt. You understand? He just went for a challenge, but the thing is, it had the potential to hurt, right? And it did at the end of the day, right? So the thing is, Casemiro, instead of us trying to focus on oh he was wrong. I think we should actually say that Casemiro should actually be very careful with some of the challenges he makes
He's
because
not
this is the Premier. No, boss, this
Kunle,
is
he
the
didn't
Premier.
do anything like he's aiming that
I
leg now.
know, but
And
the
that is
thing
his
is, there
position
are
to
some
tackle.
challenges,
Which challenges?
but you understand, but you understand, boss, that the Premier League you don't get away with some of it. If you were to be in La Liga or elsewhere, that could have been a part. But in a place where the referees are trying to make a point,
Okay,
where
Kunle,
there's
hold on. I'm going to twist this question now
okay,
because of our time. I want
okay,
Ehis to come in. Then Prof, you are going to do me a favor. What's the
Yeah.
job of VAR? As in, I'll come back to you, Prof, for this question
Okay.
I'm going to ask. What's the job of VAR? Is it that there's something that is confusing me? The referee has already given a yellow
VAR,
card. You don't
yes.
Yeah.
understand? He has already given a yellow card. Why are
On.
you calling it back?
But he
Oh,
went
please
no.
come
They
and see
told him
something.
to go and see it, and he did. And then
Are
he
you
now saw
confusing the issue?
wait, the done. Now, that's the way. Let me drive
Yeah,
somewhere.
no. You two wait.
No,
You
wait, chill.
you two wait.
The done. Wait, let me land because that's what.
The Don, if I say this thing pay you well, oh, he
Listen
pay
me
you
now.
well.
How
Wait,
can wait? How
see,
can somebody?
you know why I won't really talk on this matter is because see, we are getting what we deserve. I am not a supporter of VAR. I have never been. But we always wanted fairness. We wanted fairness. We
Hey,
wanted
but the fairness
now
should be
we
the
got
for offside, goal
no.
line,
Now
goal
this is the
line.
thing
Why
done.
is why?
If not for VAR, no,
Yes.
if not for VAR, that is what VAR does. VAR checks these things. If not for VAR, that thing would
Oh
have
my
been a
God.
yellow card and would have moved on.
We will have moved
But
on.
you know that
Um,
with the way that challenge went, it
Eh.
was going to be difficult because VAR stopped it, puts it in slow motion.
And then
But
in slow
and
motion,
all.
that's not real time. Okay, hold on.
No.
Kunle, I'm
I
still
think
coming back now, Prof.
yeah,
Before I
Okay.
yeah.
talk to Ehis, Prof, what is the job of VAR? The
Yeah.
VAR, why is he bringing it? The referee has already issued a yellow card. Why is he coming back to
Hold
say,
on, hold
"Oh,
on,
please
hold
come"?
on, the Don. Hold
Okay,
on, hold on.
okay. I'm all right. I'm all right.
First off, I said he's Robbie. Robbie was absolutely correct in the analysis of the. I think it was a red card. I was listening to Arsenal legend Martin Keown this morning, and he analyzed the Casemiro's tackle. So Casemiro tackled with his backside. He went on the challenge with his backside instead of going with his side foot. So when you go with your backside, there's when you're falling back, your legs are going to be raised up. That's like it grazed the top of the ball, and the fallout through went into the player's leg. It's a red card. Now that's exactly his BR
You've
doing his
not answered
job.
my question. The VAR rule.
Yeah,
That's
I'm going to
yeah.
VAR.
All
In
right.
the
Okay,
game
I'm
against
waiting.
United, Anthony
I'm waiting.
Taylor was the referee on the day, and he missed it. He missed it in real time because he was supposed to give a straight red card for that tackle. Intent. Casemiro did not intend to injure him, but his momentum took him into the player, and he was lacking. Was out of control with the tackle, and so the force hit the player. So VAR's duty in that game was 100%. It was that's why VAR was brought into the league, to for match changing decisions like that. And
But Prof,
VAR intervened. Now, wait, I'm coming. I'm coming.
remember one thing. In your
Yeah,
game with Leicester City,
yeah.
the
I'm
same
coming to
thing.
that now.
Oh, okay,
I'm coming to that
beautiful.
now. The VAR
Okay, okay.
referee, the VAR ref on the Man United game was Andrew Mariner.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew Mariner was the referee was the one who refed Chelsea Leicester 24 hours before. The same referee that refed Chelsea Leicester 24 hours before and did not see, did not
That's
deem it fit to send Amati
that
and
was a clear red card. That tackle was
Ricardo
mad.
Pereira away was the same referee that went into the VR again, Manchester game, and called Anthony Taylor. So for me, the problem with the referees are inconsistency and sheer incompetence. That's the problem. They are highly inconsistent because I don't understand how. And I felt like Marina used Man United's game to make up for what he did in Chelsea. So I'm sure when he left Chelsea's game, they would have reviewed what happened. They would have told him he missed two red cards there, and then he was on duty against Man United, and he wanted to make up for it, and he quickly called Anthony Taylor to go and check the VR. So it's just sheer inconsistency, the what's the name of this referee that has been brought back? Wood Webb, that has been brought back to England to help them improve. I don't see what he's doing at the moment because I think
It's
they are
not doing
getting
anything.
worse. I think they are
It's not
getting
doing
worse,
anything.
and this is the best league in the world. We can't be having
You
every
can't be
week.
having all
We can't be
this
making these controversies. We can't be making these controversies be the
every
headline
week.
every week. So that's my take on it.
It is now. What's your submission? Because
Yeah,
I'm coming
yeah.
to you about. There's another thing we have to discuss. That penalty,
Mm.
was it a penalty? But what's your take on this issue of VAR? Because
Well,
I don't
for
understand. I
yeah,
don't understand the job of VAR. You have okay. Go on. I'm sorry, guys.
it's just
I'm so
it,
furious. I couldn't eat.
it, it's just that everybody has gotten a taste of VAR one way or the other this season. And
Yeah,
for me, I know I'm not a Manchester United fan, but
yeah. Of course, I know.
what I would advise Manchester United fans to do, there's something they call out of body experience. You know, take away the sentiment, take away the heart. Remove the heart of Manchester United cap that you're wearing, or Manchester United,
So
yeah,
annoying.
cap you're wearing. But the thing is, looking at that in real time, Anthony Taylor missed it. but VAR was there to do their job. It could be argued that such tackle happened a day before the game.
Ehis, I lost you there.
Looking at that tackle,
No, Ehis,
is
1 second. No, look.
yeah,
This is my question now. This is what
mm,
I'm trying to say. This is just hold on. What I'm trying to say is, why must VAR call a game back? I mean, after a referee has already issued a yellow card, he now came back to say, "Oh, come and see something." Whereas there was a penalty call. Sometimes the referee would not go back and check. Why is that?
but the truth is that is the responsibility of VAR to
Then they don't
do
call.
another
Why
check.
don't they call sometime?
Something similar happened Newcastle Arsenal.
Arsenal,
Um,
yeah.
in Ketia, no, last season, I mean 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. In Ketia was it in Ketia or Ceballos? One between the two was issued a red card already based on a high foot. And when VAR looked at it again, they saw that the tackle wasn't malicious. Yeah, it was Smith Rowe. They saw that the tackle wasn't malicious. That was a game in the FA Cup tie, Arsenal Newcastle, 2 seasons ago. And they saw that the tackle wasn't as what it was interpreted as. And VAR told the referee to rescind the red card and possibly issue a yellow card. And Emil Smith Rowe went ahead to score in the dying embers of that game. So for me, VAR, that's their responsibility. A call, something that the referee has missed, they call them back to look at it again. Now, in the case of Casemiro,
Yeah.
that tackle was an injury prone. A leg. It could have broken this guy's leg. What's the name of that Southampton guy?
Yeah, bro,
If
bro,
you look
bro.
at that tackle, it was similar to that of Taylor's tackle on Eduardo Birmingham against Arsenal, and also Shawcross against Arsenal, Stoke City versus Arsenal. Similar tackles. Shawcross on Aaron Ramsey. They were similar, and officiating nowadays have been so streamlined to ensure based on safety first. Yes, he issued a yellow card at first, but VAR,
Yes.
it's their job. They called him back and say, okay, look at it on slow motion. Look, and that's one bad thing about
Oh,
VAR.
slow motion is bad.
VAR will bring out, it would even bring out another interpretation that was not seen in real time. And for me, we are here, and VAR is here to stay, regardless. All of us are falling one way or the other on the bad side of VAR.
But this
Is it
cannot
Arsenal?
continue. This cannot
No,
continue.
against Bournemouth, there were four handballs,
Four handball. I
handball
remember. Four
situation in the
handball.
box. And see against a Liverpool Bournemouth yesterday, just one, and the referee issued it. So for me, it's the inconsistency. It cannot be denied. But on face value, if I was a Manchester United fan, I would do out of body experience and look at that thing critically. That was a leg breaking injury, a potential leg breaking injury. So Casemiro deserves the red card. He deserves it.
All
He
right,
deserves
fine.
it.
I know
Yeah.
Sheye. If I call Sheye will say the same thing. He deserves a red card. Am I right, Sheye?
Yeah, I think that was the red
Thank you.
every day. But I
No,
feel we
it's
need
all
to talk
right.
about we should talk about the referee's inconsistency, and I think Prof eloquently explained it because the same referee who did not even, I don't think he booked Pereira in
At
the Chelsea game.
all.
It wasn't even booked. So and Amati, I don't understand how the referee didn't spot it. How BR did not even ask the referee to review that. So I just feel we need to talk about the referee's inconsistencies. But I feel looking at Casemiro's tackle on who did he even talk? I can't remember right now. But
I don't
it
want to even
was
remember
it was
because
it was it was a bit, he endangered the player's safety, even though of course it didn't mean to be that high, but that was the sending off every day.
okay. Kunle, it was it a penalty or no? It's not a penalty. The one that's supposed to go to work post. Was it not a penalty?
Uh,
Let's discuss that one. Because I can see it was a penalty. 3 penalties or
again
2.
for me again, I think it was 50-50 really.
Modern. Yeah,
Because
as in the hand.
it wasn't yeah, because it's not like it hits his arm entirely. The ball was, it's like a part of it was also touching, like like I don't know, maybe do I say the edge of his chest or something?
Che, was it not a penalty? Let me ask a Chelsea fan.
It was 50-50.
The thing is, I've seen several replays, and I'm actually not sure if the ball touched his hand. I think it touched his chest, but the thing is, the way he went
Robbie,
so low, that was not
Robbie,
a.
answer this thing, Robbie. Was it a penalty? Two penalty. You remember that Rashford, even Bruno. Robbie,
Those were dives. Those were dives, please.
ah,
Uh
Robbie,
uh.
You know what? You know what I just typed. I said that it is Kunle those
Robbie,
kids
Robbie, they
disappointing you.
laughing.
I tell you.
I ah,
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to call this one, but I think but I think wait, you know what guys, if something as soft as the penalty given to Liverpool was given, then something as more or less as incriminating as this should have been given as a penalty. Because for me, I don't see any way around it being something else except a penalty. Because if somebody who is jumping, who had his face was not even on where he was not even looking at the ball. He had little or nothing to do to get his hand out of the way. In the case of Liverpool against Bournemouth, then that should be a penalty for Manchester United. So I really don't know what the referee was thinking that day.
that was a penalty. Kunle, don't tell me anything. Was a penalty.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Well, I just see that it was 50 because it was in between both his chest and his arm. So that's
All
why.
right, all right. Now, I can see you guys. You can see Arsenal is flying. I mean, 66 points, 27 games played. That's. I mean, how many games left? 13 games remaining, I think.
11.
Oh, 11. Arsenal. That's how they go. Hey,
And they
hey.
say Man City still has a run to go on.
Wow. Look at Arsenal. 5 points clear. 61 points for Man City. Manchester United 50. Robbie, let's quickly look at Robbie. Let's look at
I mean,
let's look at the bottom of the league. Look at the bottom of
okay.
that. I think that side is more interesting right now. Bournemouth 24, late
Yes, very,
United.
very interesting.
I think
Very interesting.
I'm loving this bottom stuff, from top to bottom. But right now, look at it. Now look at it, Robbie. Who do you think is going to save in this? But I mean, who do you think is going to relegate? Which team do you think is going to relegate?
I think right now, in fact, okay, let me do it this way. For now, if you actually look at the numbers we have right here, you cannot say for certain which team will actually be going down or which team will be staying up. Because Bournemouth, prior to their game against Liverpool, they were 20th on the log. After they won that game, they flew up to about, I think, 17th position. Now, with games played yesterday, they are back in 18th position. So that tells you the dynamics of that table. As well, Leicester City that a couple of weeks ago was looking like as if everything was good, everything was clear for them, are also back into the dogfight. Same thing for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So at this point in time, even Southampton, if they can win 2-3 games on a bounce, they will be clear of relegation right now. So for now, I don't think anybody can say for certainty that this team will go down, this team will stay up. So the interesting part, just like you said, this is where the action is, not even on top of the table. On top of the table, we'll sort ourselves out. But the relegation battle right now is where the interesting part of the EPL is. Because I think there should be some games from tomorrow or next tomorrow in the EPL. Yes, there should be midweek games this week because the FA Cup will take center stage by the weekend. So any of these bottom teams, Leicester City, Southampton, Everton, even Leeds United, if they can get a draw, if they can get a win, they are running far away from the troubles of relegation. So at this point in time, personally for me, I cannot tell you that this team is going down, this team is staying up.
All right, let's move on to this. Just want to ask Prof. This is it Tuesday? Liverpool is playing Champions
Yeah,
League.
tomorrow. I
Oh,
think it's
tomorrow.
I think I don't I'm not sure. I think tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm not too
Do
sure.
you think Liverpool can come out of this dungeon?
No, it's
I don't
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Oh,
They're
it's a
playing on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So who is playing on Tuesday? I
I
think
think Napoli.
That is
Napoli, I guess.
that is Napoli.
Napoli.
Napoli
I
is
think.
playing tomorrow.
So going into this game on Wednesday for Liverpool, do you think Liverpool can do something like Istanbul? I can't even.
Uh,
I don't. Can
you
you
know,
imagine? We didn't see
I know
Irate.
I
I
still
was
Irate.
actually teasing
you
Iris.
don't
Eh?
I
you
was
don't.
teasing Iris and I was bigging him up and
Kunle, you they
giving him
talk.
confidence.
No, I wanted to just ask a question, please. What is Istanbul?
You
The
remember that
miracle at
comeback?
Istanbul, where
The miracle.
AC Milan versus Liverpool,
What miracle? What miracle was that? I
coming
want to
from
understand.
three goals
Coming
down.
from 3 goes down, and
Uh,
Didn't you watch the
and
game?
they told you, and they just said Istanbul is the same as Madrid, right?
Anyways, I don't tomorrow the game on Wednesday. I don't see it happening. To be honest, I mean I've been actually
Uh,
been teasing Iris saying that they have it. They might actually do. To be honest, to be very very candid though, if there's any team,
it's
I
good.
mean we all the results there. We all have shockers. Every season it happens. When the Barcelona went to Anfield the other night, we didn't know they were going to overturn a 3 goal deficit, even though they had the support of the Anfield crowd, which is always magical. But they did it, even with that, nobody expected them to. Likes of Messi, Suarez, and all we're on the pitch, and they overturned it. But
Yeah.
this Madrid side with Don Carlo, very experienced manager, he would have no. They'll be ready for Liverpool. They will know that they will come out, all guns blazing. Likes of Salah, Gakpo, and Nunez. They'll press them very high, try to get an early goal. So I'm sure Madrid will have a plan for them to counter that. They will probably will control the game, with the likes of Toni Kroos and Luka Modric as players. I don't think those players will let something as shameful as that happen to them at their backyard. So I don't see any way out for Liverpool. I think they'll go down.
Yes. Moving on to Europa. Ehis, do you think Arsenal will finish? Are you guys playing this week? Ehis, can you hear me?
Yeah, on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yep.
The first leg was 2-2, and coming to the
Yep.
Emirates. I think Arsenal will pieces them for me.
No, it's not as easy as that.
Ah,
It's not as easy as that. Sporting is sporting. Those
Yeah.
guys, they have good players, and I'm sure what they will come to do that day is sit. Everton, they want to use the Everton prototype, sit and hit us on the counter. They have good players. Good players that can run on the ball. But I know this Arsenal that we're seeing, they're too street smart. Well, what we just said there is an exception. The only exception this season, which
Yeah.
has been against Everton. But I guess ever since that Everton game, they understood. They understood what it takes. And see when Everton came back to the Emirates to play that style of game, and you saw how they were thumped and beaten thoroughly.
Aces.
So
Aces.
definitely, I know they've learned their lesson, and I know Arteta will make a whole lot of changes. See Odegaard resting, see Tierney coming in, possibly see Gabriel Jesus start. That will give him another opportunity to be able to warm his legs up. And I see Arsenal winning. Though it's going to be a very, very tight game, but I see Arsenal winning.
All right. Kunle, about our Manchester United Europa, I don't think we are moving to Real Betis on Thursday. It's a case closed.
Yeah,
We have to finish
yeah,
that.
it should. Yeah, definitely. I don't see United capitulating. Casemiro is going to be playing at least.
Yes.
He'll be having a 4 match ban. So, and once you have him right there, things are usually calm and all. Even without him, I feel United have everything to see out the game. Now they might not win, but with the 4-1 results that they've had from the first leg, I feel they just need to, just make sure that they control the game. Don't allow Real Betis, even if Real Betis have are piling on the pressure, at least soak it up and just see out the game, and we'll be fine.
All right, guys. Because of our time, we couldn't do top 10 African top players this week. Because of our time, I think Kunle, we have to do something about. Maybe we're going to have a special program for top 10 Africa top 10 countdown. I think I want something whereby all Africans, all eyes will be on that particular show. So all our viewers watching right now, the African top 10 is going to be in another show whereby we're going to dissect all those 10 players. We're going to talk about them in a nice, very way. So, guys,
Don, sorry, it's so painful that because of time we couldn't talk about Man City. Just want to drop a teaser here.
All right.
If Arsenal were the one who struggled to win over the weekend and Man City went on a rampage to beat whoever they played 3-0, I'm sure everybody will be saying Man City, come on, they'll win the league. But, we're here week by week. We started like in August to win this whole thing. It became reality.
You gotta go let you will kill Prof. I think already.
There are thousands of him out there that we tell the truth, that we score. This whole angst about against Arsenal, I don't know for whatever, but just accept reality, accept things the way they are. Give credit to where credit is due. Just give credit. It's not going to take anything. Not.
Prof doesn't have any credit he wants to give to Arsenal. Don't even expect it in the first place.
Prof, we don't have any respect for Arsenal.
No. I mean, they are doing okay, but they are not.
You know what? It's even good. Maybe the respect you guys don't have is what is pushing us on. So continue.
Okay, let's respect you.
They will not.
It's all good. Yeah.
One love. Yeah.
Thank God.
All right, thank you, Kunle. One love, bro. Arsenal will not win the league. Forget about it. Prof, thank you so much for joining us on this show. It's been a fantastic one.
So much. Thank you for having me.
All right, one love, bro. Robbie, up my you. Nothing they happen.
I don't even go. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Yeah. One love, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Don.
All right, thank you all our viewers. Where you're watching from, I tell you, and I want to tell you guys. Anytime rain falls, it falls heavily. On this channel, this is INTERCONTINENTAL SPORTS TV. How we do it, how we roll. We give you vibes. On this channel. You can't find it anywhere. Full music. Beautiful people. Find you like on the video, and I tell you, if you are watching this for the first time, what are you waiting for? Join us. Subscribe to the channel. It's the Don. They call me the Don. You know I'm talking about people. Yes. Come on. Signing out, people. Enjoy the rest of your week.